Hello everyone. Now in the previous video we had seen that we created three threads T1, T2 and T3 in addition to the main thread, that is the fourth one, and they were executing concurrently. Now let's say there is a statement that is printed before we spawn the three threads, first statement inside main, and we want to execute this statement, last statement inside main. Okay, and let's see when does it get printed actually. Now as you can see over here, first statement inside main that gets printed. Then these statements are executed. So T1 is created, T2 is created, T3 is created. T1 starts its execution, T2's execution begins, and then T3's execution begins. Now, after the execution begins, that is, all the three child threads T1, T2, and T3 go into the runnable state. What are the states of a thread? We'll see in detail in an upcoming video. But when the threads T1, T2, and T3 become runnable, the work of main thread gets over. So main thread executes this statement, last statement inside main, and main thread is done. What if we have some code inside the main method, which is part of the main thread? What if we have some code inside main thread that has to be executed after all the three threads, child threads, have finished their execution? What if it's some, let's say, cleanup work, some shutdown process, something which has to be done only after all the three threads have finished their execution, after the child threads have finished their execution. So for that, there are different techniques. So the first technique that we'll study here is timed waiting. Okay. So what is timed waiting is basically we will put the main thread to sleep for a certain time period. And this time period is specified in milliseconds. So 1000 milliseconds is 1 second, 10,000 milliseconds is 10 seconds. Let's say I want to put the main thread to sleep for 10 seconds. Now this is perfectly fine. The only problem here is sleep method causes the thread to sleep. Basically, if I read the description of the sleep method, it causes the currently executing thread to sleep, that is temporarily cease execution for the specified number of milliseconds, subject to the precision and accuracy of the system timers and schedulers. The thread does not lose the ownership of any monitors. Now, while its execution is technically ceased or it is waiting for a certain time, the OS might schedule some other thread which has a higher priority, and it may cause your thread, that is the main thread, to wake up and terminate. Okay, so in that case it will cause an exception called as interrupted exception. Okay, so this should go inside the try block. This should go inside the try block, and inside the catch block we can have some message basically saying that the main thread was interrupted. Okay, graceful way to exit the program in that case. Now let's see the effect of this. Okay, it was not saved properly. I did not change the name, right? So the name is timed waiting. Okay, so now let's see how it works. Now. So now the main thread is sleeping and waiting. Okay, it executes first statement inside main, then all the three threads finish its execution. 10 seconds are still not up. Now the 10 seconds are up, and now it prints a statement, last statement inside main. So that's it. That's the video. If you have any questions, any doubts, post them in the comments below. Thanks for watching.